Hello, welcome to today's tutorial. So today we are doing something different. Today we are building a AI agent. Yeah, said it. And we are using a low-code tool, which is Flowise AI. So this is basically Flowise website. So it's a tool for building AI agents. And what are AI agents basically? AI agents are basically tools that interact with AI and uses AI to perform actions, to perform research and take actions based on the output of the AI. So basically AI agents do things more complicated than what an AI would normally do. An AI is usually a text-based, interactive, large language model where you ask it a question and it responds and all that. But what if you want to tell it to book a flight for you? If you ask an AI to book a flight for you, it will tell you he can't do that because that basically is not his job. That is the job of an agent. So, and to get that done, you have to build it yourself, or you go and look for one that has been built and pay for it to be able to use it. So today we're going to be looking at how you can build your own AI agent. So there are different use cases for this. You can start a company with this by building an AI, AI agent and marketing it for sale. And there are many, and you can also use it as a workflow for your business, to improve your workflow and so many other, things that you can do with it. So basically, that is what an AI agent is. So we're going to be using Flowise, which is a low-code tool. So it enables you to build AI agents with little code as much as possible. But that is a low code, not no code. So you still have to write your code at some point, but not depending on the agents you are building. So today we are going to be building an agent that does not require us to write a code. You can see Flowise is free. Actually, it is open source. But if you want, they also have priced plans. You can see their priced plans here, which is the $35 per month to get 10,000 predictions per month. But we are going to be using the open source, the community version. So we are not going to pay anything. This is going to be free. So let's get started. So to get started, just click on this documentation. It will take you to this place where you click on the get started. You see how you install this locally. To install this locally, you use npm. If you don't have npm on your system, then you need to download Node and install Node. You can see here prerequisites Node.js. Ensure it is installed and version 18 or 20 and above is the supported version. So after you've installed Node, let me take you to the Node website so you see. I already have Node installed on my system, so I won't be doing that. So you can see this is Node.js. You can download it depending on the system you are using. This is using PowerShell. So, well, you can use installer here by downloading the installer. And once you install it, you select the version you want and you download it. So once you install that on the system, you can check the version by opening the command prompt and reload that tree. So you can see I have a 20.12 version installed. So that's basically that. And then to install Flowise, you do you run npm install g Flowise. I'm not going to do that because I've already installed it. And to start Flowise, use npx Flowise start. So I'm going to be running this so that we can see how that works. So let's go on and run that. So it's going to start on port 3000. And we're going to be able to interact with it from the browser. You can see starting Flowise, data sources initializing Flowise server is listed at 3000. So let's go to Flowise here. Let's go to localhost 3000, and you can see we have this is Flowise here. So here chat flow, you create a chat flow. I've not created any, that's why. And here is the agent. When you create an agent, it shows up here. You have the marketplace where you can see the agents that other people have created. You can see here AutoGPT, autonomous agent with chain of thought for self-guided task completion. You can see CSV agent, analyze and summarize your CSV. You can see a bunch of image generation, generate image using replica stability text to image generative AI in there. You can see a lot of, so you can come here to the marketplace and basically pick one that you want. It's not being sold, it's for free. You just use the template, but we're not going to do that. We're going to build our home from scratch. So let's go back to agent and click on the create admin. But before we do that, let me just show you the remaining. You have the assistant here. This is where you can add an assistant. You have your credentials here, where you add your credentials, variables, API keys, and document stores. So I'm just going to go back there and we're going to click on the admin agent. So here we are, and the agent we are about building is we're going to be the agent that writes a storyteller. So it's going to be telling, it's going to write a story, children's story of about 500 characters, and then give it a befitting title. So that's basically what the agent is going to do. You can also extend the functionality. You can integrate it into your database, so you have it automatically create the stories and send to your database or to your website. You can do a lot of things, but today we're just going to be focusing on creating the story. So this is the schema of what we're going to do. I call it the schema or the architecture of what we're going to do. So we're going to be using a supervisor and 2 workers. So this supervisor is a model. It's like okay, let me call it like an instance of a GPT. Each of these is like an instance of a GPT, but with roles. So we're going to give one of them the supervisor. So it's going to be a supervisor over the rest, and then the others are going to be workers. So one of them is going to be the researcher, who's going to research the story, and then it's going to research and write out the story. And after writing out, it's going to send it back to the supervisor. The supervisor will now send to the second agent. The second agent will analyze the story and will generate 5 different befitting titles for that specific story, so that we can pick the one that we like from the titles it generates. So that's just basically it. Today we are not going to be using tools with it. Maybe in my next tutorials, I'll show you how you can save the story to a text document. How you can have one of the agents to save this to a text document, and in another one, we'll show you how you can send it to an API. So, but let's just do this for now. So this is what we're going to be doing. So back to our Flowise. We want to add the workers. So you go down, you see multi-agent here, you see worker. You can bring out your worker, drag it out. Once you drag it out, you can duplicate because we need 2 workers. And then we also need a supervisor. So you come down, you see a supervisor. So these have already been given the roles as a supervisor and as workers. So what we do is your supervisor needs to connect to your workers to be able to communicate to them. And to do that, we just click on, come here, and over this, so your mouse becomes a crosshair. You drag to where the supervisor connects in the worker. You can see it here. And you also drag it to the second worker also. So we have our workers set, our supervisor connected to our worker. The next thing we want to do is give our worker names and specific role. So I'm going to call this story researcher. I'm going to call this title generator. After doing that, we're going to now give them their prompt. So I'm just going to, I've already written out the prompt for each of them. I'm just going to paste them. So this is where you paste your prompt. You can click this to expand it. You can see here, there's a default prompt there already, but we're not going to be using that. We're going to be using this. So I want it to using search engines. We're going to leave that. We're going to go to the next line. Paste the prompt. Write a creative and engaging story for children, approximately 500 words long. Make sure it has an interesting and adventurous plot with one or more relatable character. The story should be light-hearted and suitable for kids, using simple language that sparks curiosity, including a subtle moral lesson or positive theme. So this shouldn't be there. So I think this is okay, and then you save that. And then for our second worker, also we need to give it a prompt. So I'm going to open the prompt, and I'm going to just give it. So based on the story provided, create 5 compelling title options that are engaging and suitable for children's book. Each title should capture the main theme or lesson of the story. So blah, 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 blah. Aim for titles that are short, fun, spark, blah, blah, blah. So we can just save this. And remember, we haven't saved our agent yet, so we're going to save it. We need to save it because Flowise doesn't automatically save. We're going to give it a name. So we're just going to give it, this is storyteller, hit storyteller, hit story agent. Good. Now for our supervisor, we don't need to prompt our supervisor because he already has been prompted. If you look at this, click on this, you can see it already has a prompt where a supervisor tasked with managing conversation between the following agents, team members. So this will get the workers given the following user request, respond to the worker to act next, blah, 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 blah. When finish, respond, finish. So you can just add to it and tell it. Start with the story. Start. With that summarization, you can see here, return final output and the summarization of the conversation. So you don't want this, and the caution limit is 100. So this is like the number of times you want it to repeat, to try to, repeatedly call those agents to rewrite what they've written in a bid to get a better response from them. But it's usually set in 100, which is okay. We're not going to change any of that. So we're just going to leave it. And let's save this. So the next thing we want to do is we need to connect a large language model, as the brain, because all these agents are going to need to talk to a large language model. They're going to need to interact with the large. It's doing this research. It will do this research with a large language model. So these are just like tools, and the large language models like the brain. So we need to connect a large language model, a chat model, which is like a GPT, basically, to this supervisor, so that these agents can have access to a chat GPT, a large language model, to use to process the inputs. So, and how do we do that? You come here, and we are going to be using OpenAI. So you can just go to chat model here. You can see a different chat model, AWS, Chatbed, you can see Chat Anthropic, you can see lots. So we are going to, you can see Olama, you can see Chat Olama here. So we're going to be using Chat OpenAI. And we're going to connect this to the supervisor. So let's connect it. You can see there where it says chat model. If you click on it, to zoom in, you can just use your mouse. To zoom in, you use your mouse wheel. Use your mouse wheel to zoom in. So you can see here, only compatible with models. It tells you the models, Chat, OpenAI, Mistrals, and the rest. Best result with Chat GPT 4 or whatever. So we'll come here. This is where we select the version of Chat GPT we want. So let's use the latest, which is 4.0 mini here. And then you have to connect your credentials, your Chat GPT API keys. So how do you get your API keys? You go here, platform.openai.com/API keys, and you click on create a new secret key. So you copy the secret key, and you come back here to add it, but I'm not going to do that because I've already done that. So I'm just going to select the key here. I'm going to select this key. So you create your key and select it. And once you've done that, the temperature here is more like the randomness or preciseness of the model. So we're just going to leave that for now. We don't need image upload for this, so we're going to leave it unticked. And that's all we're going to do with the OpenAI model. And then you come here and see. So, and after doing that, you can now start interacting with your agents. So you've created your first agent, and to interact with it, you go to this, to test it out, go to this chat icon, and I can tell it, write a story, write a story about love. So we have a problem. There was something wrong with my API key. I've changed that now. Let's wait for the model to load. Once the model loads, we can pick a model to use. So let's use this and save. Now I'm just going to say just going to see that means to be uploaded. You can see we have our story here. This full screen. You can see once upon a time in the little town of Willow Week, there was a cheerful dog, blah 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 blah. You can see the story is now written. And then we have our second agent giving us the title. Bingo's Treasure Map Adventure. The Magic of Friendship, Bingo's Journey. You can see. So basically, we're written our first agent. And I hope you learned something from this. So going from here, you can build complex agents. You can interact with the outside world and build the agent that books appointments for you, that does all kind of things. Can integrate with your website. You can build a workflow from here and automate virtually anything using AI agents. So I would love to, to see what you build with this. Comment in the comment box and let me know if this tutorial was helpful for you. And if you would like to see more tutorials like this, so see you next time.